All right, welcome back, guys. In the second video, what we're going to do is go through some more specific examples of how to load and save templates within a pick list. It's a little bit more specific to a therapist, an evaluating therapist, to save a bunch of time. So we already went through the activity log in detail, but remember the idea with the activity log or with any pick list is that we save multiple lists that we can recall at a later date to be able to save us a ton of time. So I had showed you in the first video that we could save any set, but remember, if you save more information, you can always go back and edit it later. So for example, if I save this template that I'm looking at right now, which I can do by clicking on the Save feature here, I'm going to save this current set as a template. We'll label it the same as we did before, which was Lee's Awesome Shoulder Set Stage 1 and hit OK. It's going to say, do you want to replace that? I do. And then if I load this back again, if I delete everything here quick, I'm going to click on my star and I'm going to load now that same template that we did earlier. You'll see that all this other data also files through my CPT code, my done today, and my time, and my reps and sets. So if you're going to load groups of exercises specific to the shoulder or the knee or the hip or the back or whatever it is that you're going to load, I would highly encourage that you also add some generic reps and sets, some generic time, say yes, these exercises were done today, and a CPT code. Load that all at the start so that you can do one button and then just come in here and edit. Maybe the patient only tolerated one set. I can quickly edit that to one set and I can move on. I could also remember to load multiple templates. So let's say I want to load a couple more. I can come in here and click on any of these other templates and load them up. And now I'm going to get all this other information that comes through based on the template that I loaded. Okay, so the idea, again, I want you guys to go and think about, if you have a set of exercises that you use frequently, go ahead and load that for yourself as a personal template and recall it in the future. Then I also want to show you how that works with our goals. So if I come over here to the goals section, right now I have nothing here, and if I just click add, I can come in here and go through my whole list. And there's lots of goals that people have created in here, and not all goals are created equal. There's 4 or 5 basic principles of goals that we need for each goal. I'll let you guys review how to write goals on your own, but again, there's good goals and there's poor goals, and we always want to have the most quality goals for our patients when we have them in here. And if I spend the time and make really quality goals, I might want to save those. So let's just click on a couple goals here. We'll say these are the goals that I want. I'm going to hit save for F10. My goals are going to come in. I can make a couple of them short-term goals. I'll make a couple of them here quick long-term goals. Remember, I'm doing that just by clicking shift and multiple selecting. One other quick tip with that, let's say I only want to select the first and last item. Instead of hitting shift, I can hold control. Now I can select items in between individually as well just by clicking on them. So shift and control and then clicking is going to give you that multiple select feature. The time frame for these, we're going to double click here and say these are 8 weeks. F10 to save. I'm going to say this one is actually, since it's short term, we'll select that and we'll say those are 3-week goals and save. Okay, so now this is my set of goals that I want to save, and just like I did before, I can save this current set as a template and say low back pain goals for myself, for Lee, hit OK, and I could come in and load these goals. And I hope this therapist can see how that can save you a ton of time in the pick list section. One final feature of this video is we're going to go into the objective tab, into a new objective. Let's go ahead and add, and we're just going to pick on the shoulder again here, a shoulder examination, and understand that now within the shoulder evaluation, there are lots of places for templates and loading. So for example, let's go into the special tests. When I'm going to do a shoulder exam, I probably have some special tests that I know I'm going to do on each shoulder patient. So I've already loaded those in here. So let's go ahead and load a template. Let's see if we can find one. This personal template for Lee is shoulder special tests negative. So I'm going to click on that, load it up. You can see these are 5 special tests that I like to do for all my shoulder patients. I've said that I've done them both sides, and I've said that they were all negative. Now, it's kind of documentation by exception, and maybe I go in here and say, actually, I only did these 3. Well, I can quickly delete them, and I can quickly say, or I could say they're not tested, or I could quickly click and say that these two were positive for this patient. Now that's going to save me a lot of time compared to selecting each individual item, going in and adding all that information. Okay. Another great example of that would be in mobilizations. If you do manual testing here, again, I can go ahead and load a template. There's shoulder joint mobs. Go ahead and load that. And here we go. We have the first rib, we have the glenohumeral joint, and this has been loaded as a very generic one. And you can see I have to add a lot more in here. So I might want to personalize this for myself and save myself some more time with that as well. Okay. One final feature is under the function or observation. There's a lot of features here with function that you can use. I use the SFMA, for example. So I'm going to go ahead and load that quick. I'm going to load a template. I'm going to use just the upper extremity select functional motor assessment. That's a test that I use frequently. Load that in, and you can see the results are in here already. Each test or each specific motion is there, and I would just have to edit this to be more specific for my patient. Okay, so within your examinations, within your activity logs, I'm going to say no here quick, are lots of opportunities to load and save various lists that is going to make your documentation much more efficient. If you have other questions about PickList, feel free to send me an email or get in touch with me. I'd be happy to walk you through some of the ways that we can edit and load those templates to make sure that we save as much time as we can in Raintree. So, or if you have other ideas about videos that you'd like to see for the upcoming weeks, go ahead and let me know. Thanks for watching.